One.
Good morning from New York City. My name is Lauren Taus, and I am a bicoastal yoga teacher and clinical therapist. I'm super excited to be here with health.com to talk to you about yoga for running. Now, we all know that yoga is great for runners because it helps you improve your flexibility and reduce your possibility of injury. Yoga works the whole body and gets into smaller, leaner muscle groups that you might avoid when you're just hitting the pavement. And by the way, did you know that in a typical mile, people strike the ground 1,000 times? And given that it's just one plain sagittal plane movement, back and forth, you need to stretch your body. Today, I'm going to target the hot spots so that you're going to be fast moving on your feet wherever you are. We're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana. So that's a fancy way of saying lay down on your backs, take the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide. You can rest one hand on your heart and the other hand on your belly, or just leave your arms down by your sides. Now, my hips are quite open. If yours are tighter, you can place blocks underneath your knees or grab something to kind of help support you, make you a little more comfortable. If you're cozy without them, just lay here for a few moments and let your inner thighs open up, release the adductors, hang out, and focus on your breath. So yogis, we spend a lot of time breathing. We focus on pranayama. Pranayama means energy. With more focus on the breath, you're going to have improved lung circulation, and you're going to be running faster and more efficiently. So keep focusing on your breath. And then when you're ready, go ahead and extend the arms overhead, lengthen your legs long. You can hug one knee in towards your chest. From here, go ahead and straighten your leg up towards the ceiling. Go to your degree. You might not go very far. You can walk your hands up the back side of your legs, and this is stretching the calves and the hamstrings. And pull as much as you can, but try to soften still through the shoulders. Feel that nice deep stretch through the back side of the leg. Nice. When you're ready, you can bend the leg, and let's take a supine spinal twist. Again, I mentioned that runners are really working in the sagittal plane only. Here, we get to move across different dimensions and different spaces, and that helps with your mobility and your stability. Go ahead and switch sides. Arms overhead, big stretch, and then hug that left knee in. And straighten the left leg up, stretch the back side of the leg. And there might be a difference between the two sides of the body. Another big benefit of a yoga practice is that on a whole, it helps you to increase your level of awareness. So you'll know which parts of you need a little bit more attention, which parts of you need to be stretched a little bit more, and when your body needs to rest. Go ahead, rebend the knee. Let's take that supine spinal twist again. Today we're going to be moving through these shapes a little bit more quickly than you might like to if you feel like you're getting a lot. So feel free to hang out in any of these and pause. When you're ready, go ahead and take your left knee back and then bring the right knee in. You're going to rock and roll up into a seated position. Come onto your hands and your knees. And we'll set up for some rounds of cat-cow. On your inhale, sink your belly, lift your heart, look up. And then exhale, round. Navel to spine. Create space across the vertebrae and the spine. And then again, inhale, sink the belly, lift the heart and look up. Good. Exhale, round, round, round. And you might go back and forth through these shapes a few more times on your own. Keep breathing. And then when you're ready, tuck the toes, straighten the legs, and you're in a downward facing dog. Now, down dog, so good for the runners. Stretching out your hamstrings, stretching out the backside of the legs, the calves, parts of you that are really getting tightened up when you're moving around on your feet. And when you're ready, you're going to toe heel the feet together. Reach your right leg up into the air for a down dog split. I want you to open up your hip, bend the knee, so that the right toes are moving towards the left shoulder. And you're stretching your hip flexors now. You're stretching the side body now. Super good. You can circle out the ankle, fan the toes apart, bring some attention to, again, these parts of the bodies that get really targeted and tightened while running. Go ahead, point toes, straighten legs, square your hips. And then take the knee to the nose and the shoulders over the wrist. Good. Inhale, lift the leg back up.
Exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands and drop your left knee down.
You can reach your arms up overhead now for Anjaneyasana. You can work isometrically, drawing the legs in towards each other, or go ahead and sink the hips down. We're going to take a lateral stretch. Go ahead and catch hold of the left wrist with the right thumb and index finger and lean over towards the right. Keep sending the chest up. And it's as if the left armpit is moving back. That's enough. Come back to the center. Release your hands to frame your front foot, and then straighten your front leg. Flex the toes back. Again, we're stretching the back side of the leg. Keep hiking the right hip back as you send the heart forward. You runners are going to hate me, love me now. Spin the right pinky toe down onto the mat and walk your hands to the outside edge of the right leg. This stretch immediately targets your IT band. And you need that. Great. Come back to center, rebend the knee, plant the hands, curl the back toes under, step to plank pose. Exhale to lower halfway. Inhale, up dog, big heart, shoulder blades wrap back, opening up the chest. And then dog pose, hips rise. Always we want to keep a sense of balance in the body, so we repeat on the other side. Toe, heel, feet together. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Bend the knee, stack the hips, stretch the hip flexor. Circle out the left ankle. Point the toes, straighten the legs, square your hips. Exhale, knee to nose. Press the ground away. Come up and over.
Okay, pause.
Perfect pause. I love it. We're going to an ad break right now. Bear with me, my friends. Hang in there, keep breathing. This is a great time to focus on your breath. Big, long inhales, long, full exhales. And then come back through center and come back to your half split stretch, Ardha Hanumanasana, flexing left toes back towards shin. Send the left hip back and the right hip forward. Reach your heart forward. Rotate left pinky toe down onto the ground. Walk your hands over to the outside edge of the left leg. Feel for that IT band stretch. And back through center, flex the toes up. Release the left toes down, bend the knee, plant the hands, curl the back toes, step to plank pose. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, big heart, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward to the back sides of your wrists. You can catch hold of opposite elbows. Again, stretching back sides of legs. You might sway the body side to side. Shake the head yes, no. Flutter the lips. And then release the hands down by your feet. Rise up one vertebra at a time. And you're in your mountain pose, Tadasana. When you're ready, you can send the arms all the way up and overhead. Take a lateral stretch. Catch the left wrist with right thumb and index finger. Come up and over. Inhale, rise back up. Switch the grip, come up and over the other way. And again, feel for working the right armpit back. Lift the heart up. Keep breathing. Fire up through the quads. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Plant your hands. Hop or step back. Chaturanga the arms. Inhale through upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. And then when you're ready, reach your right leg up. Step it all the way through. This time we're going to come into a high lunge position. And you might keep a bend through the left knee to help you lengthen and stretch the left hip flexor. Again, a part of the body that really gets a lot of pressure and tightening when you're running. Inhale, take your left knee in towards your chest, and then cross the left ankle over, bent right knee, hands to heart, figure 4 stretch. Piriformis stretch. Super good for you runners out there, I know. And at the same time, you're working stability and mobility and your balance. Good. Take the left knee back in towards the chest. Exhale back to high lunge. Take a big breath in. And exhale to your warrior 2. Hug the legs in towards each other. Wrap the right buttock under. Engage the undersides of your arms. On your in-breath, straighten the front leg. You might toe heel the left foot in a bit and come to triangle pose, Trikonasana. And again, we're getting that nice lateral stretch. Runners constantly in the sagittal plane. Super good. Take the left hand to your waist, look down. Another balance. Bend the front knee, half moon. Right fingertips a foot and a half in front of right toes. You might get another deep hip flexor inner thigh stretch. Ardha Chapasana. Always breathing. How's your breathing? When you're ready, go ahead, release the foot if you have it. And then take a stealthy step back to warrior 2. Flip the front palm and lean back, Shanti. Keep the knee super bent. And then cartwheel the arms down. And plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale to downward facing dog. You know we're going to do that on the other side. So when you're ready, reach the left leg back up. Exhale, step it all the way through. Get a nice stance. Feet are hips width apart. And inhale to take the arms up overhead. High lunge. Maybe bending the back knee, lengthen, stretch, right hip flexor. Inhale, right knee, chest. Exhale, figure 4 stretch. Totally okay if you wobble and fall. It's part of the practice. But feel for this nice stretch through your piriformis muscle. Yeah, see, I fall too. Teachers fall too. And then take your high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Flip the front palm. Straighten the front leg. And you might toe heel back foot in a bit. Come into your triangle pose. Lift the heart up and back. And then right hand to waist. Look forward, shift forward. Half moon pose. Maybe with a bind again. Catch hold of top foot. Kick into the hand. Stretching inner thighs, stretching hip flexor, stretching the whole body. Lateral sides. And then release. Step back. Warrior 2. Flip front palm, tip it back, Shanti. Peaceful warrior, cartwheel the arms down. And then you step to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then exhale back to your downward facing dog. Good. Drop down onto your knees and then sit back onto your heels for a second. So we're going to set up for hero's pose. Hero's pose is excellent for stretching the shins, the tops of the feet, which of course are compressed and banging the ground when you're running. So what you want to do is have your seat right in between your heels. Those of you who are a little bit tighter, you're welcome to prop your seat up onto a block. And then I like to take Garudasana arms. You can stay right here, or if you have the mobility and the flexibility, if you've worked towards that, you can begin the journey of laying down. Yeah, that feels good. Still stretching through the quads. A lot of runners are super quad dominant, so we need to stretch the body to increase our flexibility, to decrease our possibilities of getting injured, and to stay super pliable and active for as long as we possibly can. So again, you might take Garudasana arms here. That's eagle arms. Why do we do this? Because it helps relieve the shoulders and neck pressure. And just breathe. Again, breathe. If you've chosen to take these eagle arms, make sure that you do both sides. And if taking the double wrap's not possible, you can just catch opposite shoulders. And keep relaxing and lengthening through the body. So you want to try to lengthen more
through the hip flexors to tuck the tailbone a little bit more, to see if you can flatten the back body down, to keep hugging the knees in, but only if doing so isn't painful. Having the knees wide is no problem.
Super plenty. Go ahead and release. If you're laying down, prop yourself up and then press yourself back up. Big breath in. Long breath out. We come forward again, hands and knees. You can stretch your legs out, one and then the other. And then come back to your downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up into the air. Step the right foot forward in between your hands, toe heel right foot to the outside edge of your mat. And then you're going to come into lizard pose. So you can stay here. If it's in your wheelhouse to come onto forearms, drop down. Maybe drop back knee and untuck back toes. And just go to your degree. A lot of runners that I know tell me that they can't run because they're not flexible. I hear someone saying, I'm going to skip dinner because I'm starving. Right? You have to work on this stuff. If we only work our strengths, we are going to have so many blind spots. Keep breathing. And let's go directly for a quad stretch. Feel free to stay on your forearms, or you can come up onto your hands. You're going to backstroke the right arm, bend the left leg, catch hold of the foot. And then pull the heel in towards your bum. And you're going to say, oh my God, I feel my quad. It's uncomfortable. And that's okay. Magic never happens in our comfort zone, right? And again, if you can stay on the forearm, please do. And keep opening up the chest. When you've had enough of this one, gently let it go. Curl the back toes under and step back to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, dog pose. And all those vinyasas help strengthen the upper body when running really tends to target the lower body. Go ahead, send the left leg up. And again, you might bend the knee, stack the hip. Step the left foot forward in between your hands, toe heel left foot outside edge of mat. Drop down onto your forearms for that lizard stretch. You can drop your back knee down and untuck back toes so you're in a loungy lizard, or you can just keep the toes tucked and the leg engaged and fire it up. Up to you. If you find this pose uncomfortable, see if you can deepen your breath and imagine consciously vectoring sort of energy into a release, right? Want to try and let go a little more. And then when you're ready, if the back knee isn't dropped already, please do. Untuck back toes. Maybe come up onto hands. Backstroke left arm to bend the right knee, catch foot, and pull the heel in towards your seat. Once again, if you can come onto the forearm, please do. And just keep breathing wherever you are. Super good. Release the back foot. Tuck the toes and step back to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Big heart, shoulders back. Exhale, dog pose, hips rise. Just for fun, step the left foot forward, bend the knee, and you're going to come into a skandasana. That's your low ninja lunge. Again, opening up the inner thighs, stretching the body. Great for the runners. And let's switch sides, switch sides. You can flex the toes, you can point the toes, you can do whatever you like, but just hang in there, breathe into it. You can move the hips around a little bit. I consider the body like a big home, right? And there are parts, there are rooms that we visit a lot more than others, and it's important to open all the doors and windows, to dust, to clean, to create space and light inside of your skin suit. And then to keep moving, to stay healthy, to stay dynamic for as long as we can. Come into a low lunge right side, step back plank pose, exhale chaturanga. Inhale up dog, big heart, shoulders back. Exhale dog pose. And again, the right leg comes up. This time taking pigeon pose, right knee wrist, drop the back knee, untuck the back toes. Those of you at home who are super tight, maybe prop yourself up onto a block. Otherwise, feel for sending the left top of thigh and knee down, and walking the arms out long as far as they'll go. You might make a pillow with your hands and let your head rest onto it. And the truth is that the longer we hold these positions, the more we can relax and deepen into them. So those of you at home, spend time here, especially after a run. So good post-jog, after pounding the pavement, to sit in shapes like this. And since we're not at home, I'm going to invite you to switch sides now. Go ahead, curl back, toes under, and step back, downward facing dog. Stretch the backs of the legs, press the ground away. That's the way. And then the left leg comes up, and we deliver the left knee to the left wrist. Drop the right knee and the top of the right thigh down. Make sure that the top of the knee and the top of the thigh are flush to the ground, and then we walk the arms out long in front of us, and we breathe and we stay as long as we can. Maybe making that pillow with the hands and resting the face. I believe you. Come back up, shift weight to left hip, sweep the right leg wrong. We're going to take Janu Shirsasana, take the left foot to the inside edge of the right thigh, and then square your rib cage off over the right leg. Reach the arms up overhead, and exhale to forward fold. Try to square the rib cage. Keep sending the ribs over the front leg and forward fold. If you have a block and you have the flexibility and mobility, catch hold of it and pull. Reach the heart forward, right? It's a forward fold. It's forward more than down, right? Down creates a more concave thing through the back. You want to lengthen, make space here. And then, of course, we switch sides. So this time, arms up, left leg long, right foot inside edge, left thigh. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Forward more than down. Stretch the back of the legs. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Really nice, my friends. Rise back up, send both legs long, reach both arms up, and exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Go forward as far as you can. And again, the tendency is to just go round. That's not the point. The point is to go long, to send the heart forward. See how back body gets super long. And you don't have to sandwich your face down into your shins. If it happens, great. And if it doesn't matter. This is a practice as well that reminds us that it's all journey and that we should enjoy literally for the runners every step of the way. Great, come back up. And when you're ready, you can lay back down onto your mats. And you can hug your knees in towards your chest. You can take happy baby pose, opening up the inside of the thighs. Relax the shoulders if you can. You might stretch one leg and then the other leg, maybe both at the same time. To your degree, middle split happens to be my favorite thing in the whole wide world. And then knees to chest, one more supine spinal twist, each direction. Back to center. Let the legs lay long and the arms rest down by your sides. Take a couple of minutes here to just consciously relax your body. In so doing, you consciously relax your mind. You develop a witness perspective on your experience. You become more awake in your lives, more conscious of when you need to relax and let go, when you need to push a little bit harder. And of course, all of these things, all of these stretches naturally translate into improved performance in all areas of your life, and most certainly while you're hitting the pavement running. My suggestion is to take time in Shavasana every day and to stay there as long as you can, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 30 minutes. Excellent. For now, reach the arms back up overhead, big stretch. Roll over onto the right side. Feel for the parts of the body making contact with the ground. Be grateful for this body that you get on loan. Treat it kindly, stretch it out, run it out. Press into left hand, sit yourself back up. And thank you for joining me. Love my family at health.com. Please check us out for more health and fitness tips. Strike that like, Facebook for health.com. Find me, Lauren Taus, on Facebook and on Instagram, lauren.taus, Taus. And join me on my adventures around the world, leading retreats, workshops, classes, etc. Always a pleasure and a privilege. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Keep stretching, keep running, and I look forward to seeing you all sometime, somewhere soon. Namaste.